Hey everyone, welcome back into the Great Plains Podcast. For this episode, I want to talk about 7v7, which is my go-to reason why I even do all this stuff. Was I very first got started in 7-on-7 many years ago when it was still just a high school club sport where high schools would send their teams all over the state to compete versus other high school teams. Since then, of course, it's blown up into a club sport, which I absolutely love and want more of that growth. I believe in the 7v7 sport as a whole, and want to get it as much publicity as possible. Really enjoy the 7v7. First of all, though, I want to go through the DR7 tournaments, and I want to let you know that the benefits of playing in a DR7 tournament is that, first of all, we televise a lot of our games on our network and then on YouTube. So that game gives you a lot more exposure as well, so that you're exposed to coaches around the country through our televising of the events. Then also we have at the events we will have scouts such as myself, and we will be going around giving standout performers a camp invite to our DRSPORTZ camp later this year, probably in the Houston area. I don't know exactly where, but it's going to probably be down there. But you can get a camp invite, and that camp will have all D1 and D2, and they'll have coaches and scouts all over there to get you some exposure too. So that's a huge get for DR7 over a lot of other tournament stuff, tournament organizations. So I want to go over our schedule real quick. We start off January 17th and 18th in Houston. Then we go February 7th and 8th in Davenport, Florida. February 14th and 15th in Fort Worth, Texas. February 21st and 22nd in New Orleans. February 28th and March 1st in Houston. March 7th and 8th in Tampa. March 14th and 15th in Millbrook, Alabama. March 21st and 22nd in Oklahoma City. March 28th and 29th in Crown Point, Indiana, which is just a little bit south of Chicago. April 11th and 12th in Dallas, Texas. And then we sum it all up with the Crown Championship, and that is a huge weekend where that's our national championship weekend. It's called the Crown, and it is going to be in Leesburg, Florida, and that will be April 18th and 19th. We will have an all-star game. We'll have all kinds of exposure stuff going on at that tournament. So that was April 17th through the 19th for the Crown in Leesburg, Florida. So that's my DR7. Please, this video really is a lot for 7-on-7 organizations, but mostly it's for guys that are thinking, do I want to do 7-on-7? This is what this video is for. Yes, get out there and do 7v7. So I want to let you know some of the benefits for 7-on-7 for those of you that aren't on a 7v7 team. First of all, if you aren't on a team and you want to, but you don't know how to go about it, please get with me on this channel. Just send me a message, and I promise you I'll get it real quick, and I will get you a team. I deal with over 300 teams nationally, over 300 national 7v7 teams, so I will find you a team if you want to play. So now here are the benefits of 7-on-7. Why is 7-on-7 valuable to a high school athlete? Skill development. Year-round 7v7 football provides athletes with ample opportunities to hone their skills from passing and catching to route running and defensive coverage. The increased frequency of play allows players to refine their techniques and improve their overall performance on the field. So in other words, you are getting a lot more reps to work on your skills. Then we have increased competition. By participating in 7v7 tournaments year-round, players are exposed to a higher level of competition compared to the traditional off-season program. Facing off against skilled opponents from across the nation fosters a competitive environment that pushes athletes to elevate their game. So what that means is, what I like to tell people that haven't done 7v7 and they're asking me, should I? It's because as a sophomore, junior, and senior, you're pretty much playing the same teams every year that's in your league on Friday night. So you're playing against the same guys every single season. You don't see a lot of variations or techniques. Where 7v7, you learn from playing, you learn to see where you're at and what you need to work on, but you learn a lot of stuff too from seeing people from all over the country. So a guy from Chicago plays against a guy from Kansas City. They get to see that. A guy from Dallas gets to see a guy from Tampa go against each other. Learning and gaining some reps and learning from that. Team bonding. Extended play allows teams to develop stronger bonds and cohesion both on and off the field. The additional time spent together fosters camaraderie among teammates, leading to improved communication and teamwork during games. College exposure. This is a big one, especially with DR7 and DR7. This is what we give you more than any other 7v7 organization. All of these 7v7 organizations, they're in it for them, for the money, to build money for their organizations. We do it for you, the athlete. That's where we differ. College exposure. Year-round 7v7 football provides high school athletes with opportunities to showcase their talents to college scouts and recruiters. Tournaments often attract attention from college programs, offering players valuable exposure and potential scholarship opportunities. So that's what DR7 is really big on, is you, the athlete. So that's my spiel on 7v7. So what I want to do now is, I have some of my teams are having tryouts, and I want to get this video out here because some of these tryouts are as early as next weekend. So I want to get these out to you. First one I have is Big Dogs United Elite. That is Coach Melvie Price, and his are going to be November the 29th at the Crown Point Sports Hub. Again, November 29th at the Crown Point Sports Hub. And this is for Big Dogs United. So what I got to say about Big Dogs United is Coach Melvie Price has an opportunity for you to play for his organization, which will give you exposure and reps versus the top talent in the Indiana, Illinois area, including Gary, Indiana, and Chicago, Illinois areas. Boasting of the top 2029 quarterback Amari Price, this team will give you the exposure to events all over the country, including the DR7 event in Crown Point, Indiana, the weekend of March 28th and 29th, where you will have the opportunity to showcase your talents to scouts and coaches from all over the Midwest. So some of his guys that he will have on his teams are that quarterback Amari Price, wide receiver Anton Mathis, wide receiver Amir Daniels, wide receiver Tyler Vo, wide receiver Hunter Boyd, and DB Alante Clear. So again, Big Dogs United, November 29th, Crown Point Sports Hub. Then we go to one of the fastest growing 7v7 organizations in the country. It is Chris Harris Jr. Elite. He's down in the down the Broken Arrow, Tulsa, kind of that area. Huge success. A lot of their guys are the best of the best from that area. That Tulsa area is really hot with a lot of good prospects, especially in the Bixby area. Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and he will have his stuff on Sunday, December 7th. And that is for the 14U, 15U, and 18U. Now on December 16th, which is next weekend, he will have the 8U and 10U and 12U. And that's at, I'm going to spell this, NIEHUIS Park, there in Broken Arrow. I didn't want to mess up that name. So again, NIEHUIS Park in Broken Arrow. and Sunday, November the 16th, 8U, 10U, and 12U. Then at that same park on December the 7th, 14U, 15U, and 18U. Now, Chris Harris Jr. Elite, the all-time great NFL corner from Denver Broncos and Kansas Jayhawks legends, has an opportunity for you to join his 7v7 teams to garner not only great competition in many DR7 and other tournaments, but also receive the best coaching and teaching for your future football on Fridays and eventually Saturdays. Come try out to be a part of one of the fastest growing 7v7 programs in the country. If you want to gain great skill position coaching while taking that knowledge to compete and gain reps, come try out to be a part of the CHJ Elite team. He has a really young quarterback. He'll be on, I'm not sure if he'll be on the 8U or 10U, but Roy Tillis, he is absolutely the guy down there. Roy Tillis, he's going to be on on the 8, probably the 10U if I remember right. But then he has the guy I mentioned many times on my podcast, Brody Chalaki. He is he's tight end out of Sapulpa, is 6'6" tight end. Probably, in my opinion, going to be the #1 tight end in the country in 2029. He also has Braden Presley out of Bixby, Julius Wilson, Jensen Underwood. He's a quarterback that has started as a freshman. Another freshman starter, Ace Cherry, and Joseph Williams out of Broken Arrow. So get out there to Chris Harris Jr. Elite's tryouts. Then I want to go to a little bit further south down into Texas for the young cats, and that is going to be at 3105 North Doolittle Road. They're in Edinburgh, Texas, and that will be on November the 23rd. So November 23rd, 3105 North Doolittle Road in Edinburgh. And this is the young cats. This is an amazing team in 3 years. Okay, I'm going to give you a list of their accomplishment in 3 years. If you are in South Texas, this is the team that you want to be on. I have another team. I have a bunch of teams down there, but out west I have a bunch of teams. Right here in South Texas, this is the guy to go to. For the young cats, consists of 6U through 14U. So they do not have a 15U, a 17U travel, or an 18U, okay? So they're only 6U through 14U. But listen to these accomplishments for these guys. Consists of 6U, 14U teams that play in many national tournaments, where in just 3 years in existence, YCA 10U was ranked number 8 in Texas, and 12U ranked number 2 in Texas. In those 3 years, Coach Miami and his YCA organization have won 11 national championships and finished runner-up in 5 national championships. YCA finished number 3 at the Florida National Championships, as well as number 3 in the Texas State Championships powered by The List. Coach Miami from the Rio Grande Valley with YCA, otherwise known as the 956 Boys, is not only one of the best coaches, but also one of the most about-the-athlete coaches in 7-on-7. If you want to play nationally and play for a coach that will have your back, have your best interests first and foremost, and teach you more than just football, make it out to their tryouts November 23rd in 3105 North Doolittle Road in Edinburgh. What I want to say about Coach Miami is that's why me and him are so close, because he is 100% about his athletes. He is one of the most dedicated to his athletes coaches you will find. Ethically, professionally ran, he will get you that guidance and support that you need. Okay, he has a quarterback named Jace Vasquez. Going to be an absolute stud there in Texas. So go out and try out for that team. Then we want to come up to Kansas to the building champions. They're a relatively young team. I want to say 4 or 5 years maybe, and they have exploded to where they are in that Kansas City area. They get the really the 4 and 5 star guys. They have a 17U National Elite travel team. They came to a DR7 tournament last year. Really did good. Hoping that they'll be back out at a DR7 tournament again this season. He has some really good guys playing for his team. Quarterback Braxton Wagner, wide receiver Jeremiah Hull, and wide receiver Trace Collier. Now his tryouts, he has a bunch of them. 18U is on December the 8th. 17U is December the 9th. 15U and 14U are December the 10th. And 12U and 10U are December the 11th. Now again, I want to say that 17U Elite, that is on December the 9th. That is their D1 Power 4 guys that will be traveling all across the country. He will have a 10U through 18U on December 13th and December 14th. Both of those are at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Now all of those other ones that I mentioned before are at the home field sports complex, so get out there and go to them. So what I have to say about Building Champions is, in the Kansas City area, Building Champions will conduct tryouts for the national travel team as well as teams that will compete throughout the Midwest. Building Champions continually brings home trophies from every tournament they compete. However, the biggest benefit to playing for BC is that their athletes are trained so well. They all go on to have extremely successful high school seasons, where they are then highly recruited by college coaches. A DR7 tournament participant in the past, come try out for Building Champions and compete versus the very best in the country. Really like that Building Champions team. Let's stay in that exact same area to the longest lasting 7v7 team in the Midwest that I know of. And again, you do not, I've said this before about them, you do not have the longevity of this organization without doing things right. If you do things wrong, you'll go away, and not very many kids will come play for you. This is Kansas Elite. Now they have rebranded to GT7, Grind Time 7. They've rebranded for this season. So if you've heard about Kansas Elite, because they are the most popular around this whole area, eastern Kansas and Missouri and Kansas City area, they are the most popular because they've been around so long and they're so good. But if you thought about trying out for Kansas Elite, you'll want to try out for GT7. It's the exact same team, same ownership, same everything, except with this new branding, they've gotten a lot better facilities. So GT7 will have their tryouts. They'll have two tryouts, one for the East guys and one for the West guys. Like I said, the East is around Kansas City. The West guys is kind of western Kansas to Topeka, around that area. So the GT7 East is on December the 6th at Trail Ridge Middle School, and that is in Shawnee Mission. Then the GT West team will be December the 7th at Wamego High School. Some of his guys, you've heard me talk about a lot of these guys on the show every week, especially LJ Bowens. He played for Kansas Elite. Roman Miller, who possibly, to me, easily a top 3 tight ends in this whole Midwest area. Quarterback Aiden Scott, running back Kamario Davis out of Manhattan, linebacker Dakari Wake, and another Manhattan Joseph Mortensen at DB. They all played for Tyler Wentland at Kansas Elite and GT7. So again, East is December the 6th at Trail Ridge Middle School in Shawnee Mission. GT West is December the 7th at Wamego. Make it out there to those. Then I want to let's go back down to Texas in the Laredo area. That is LTX Rush, and that is my good friend Frankie Guardiolo. His team will have tryouts Sunday, November the 9th. 10U and 12U is at 9 o'clock to 10:30. 14U and 15U is 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Again, that's LTX Rush, and that is at Father McNoby. Yeah, Father McNoby in Laredo, Texas. LTX Rush for my good friend Frankie Guardiolo. Then I want to go to possibly my best friend in 7-on-7. Thomas Jeffries up in Wisconsin. He runs the Primetime Athletics, and I speak to him almost on a weekly basis because we just like to discuss 7v7. He has a huge passion for it as well as I do, and that's why we get along so well. And he, again, is 100% about the athlete. He doesn't care about making money for the organization. He don't care about that. He 100% about his athletes. So he is going to have 2 tryouts. His younger team is out of Iowa, and they are November the 15th, and that is for the 9U through 14U, and that's in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Then his big time travel team. This travel team travels all over. He will take this team. Let's get that out there. December the 7th is the tryouts for this team, and that is in New Berlin, Wisconsin. On Racine Avenue. They're in New Berlin, Wisconsin. Okay. He is the 2 best quarterbacks in the Midwest, Joel Perez and J.J. Chapman. They are 2 guys that have national D1 Power 4. I know J.J. has all of them. Everyone's offered him. Ever since he was a freshman, he's been one of the top quarterbacks coming up there in Wisconsin. Me and JJ have known each other since I think he was playing 14 or 15. I can't remember. But just he's got offers everywhere. So he'll be playing on that team. Joel Perez will be playing on that team. So well, Trey Euler, who is a tight end, and he is an amazing tight end with I want to say he's got like double-digit D1 Power 4 offers. So again, that's Sunday, December the 7th in New Berlin, Wisconsin, and that's for Primetime Athletics. So please make it out there to him. He will take that team, DR7, Pylon, Battle, C1N. He'll take you to all those type of tournaments all over the country, from Vegas to New Orleans to Chicago to Atlanta. It's a national travel team. So please try to make it out there to his tryouts. Then I want to come back down to our area, kind of down around the northwest Arkansas, down to the Rogers, the Fayetteville area, to my good friends at GC7 Tryouts. And they have tryouts on November the 16th. Again, that's next week. Sunday, November 16th, 12U, 14U, and 15U. Then December 7th is the 18U. And those are all going to be out in Mount Hebron Park there in Rogers. So let me say that again. GC7's tryouts are for the 12U, 14U, and 15U. Sunday, November the 16th, next weekend. And Sunday, December the 7th for 18U at Mount Hebron Park in Rogers. Now, some of his guys, he had Cole Slepecki, one of my favorite quarterbacks. He played for them. Now this season, he's going to have an extremely great quarterback named Simi Gunther. Simi has D1 size right now. Arm, I want to say D1, but he's probably semi-pro. I mean, that kid's arm is amazing. So he'll be one of the quarterbacks. They've also had Chris Ficklin and he is a Central Oklahoma commit. He was a running back. He played for them. Wide receiver Dawson Keaton, wide receiver Sion Wilson, and then they will have this season a linebacker, Colby McGehee. You've heard me talk about him on the show many times. He's my favorite linebacker in this area, in the Fayetteville, Arkansas, Oklahoma, that whole area down there. He is an amazing athlete. I've seen him at Baker camp, and when I saw him for a linebacker, he has the quickness and in and out of cuts and deep knees that match every single running back out there. But he plays linebacker, and I told him, I said, man, we got to get you on a 7v7 team so we can get you some good pass coverage reps. And so I got him with GC7, and he'll be playing for them this year. So really excited to see GC7 tryouts and play. Then I want to come back up here to the Kansas City area. Again, this is a team that along with there's one other Kansas City area team that does it, but Strong Side KC is probably one or two of Bucket's biggest supporters. I love every one of these coaches. All their kids are wonderful. They open up their team to Bucket's for interviews, pictures, everything. Strong Side KC, they are an amazing organization. They accept Buckets for everything, but again, they are another all about the kids organization. They're 100% about you. So if you are in that area, in the Kansas City area, and you want a really, really, really ethical, good team, Strong Side KC is it. And they bring home trophies at every single tournament that goes on up here. Strong Side KC brings home hardware. Okay, so they are having their first tryout Sunday, November the 30th, and their second tryout Sunday, December the 7th, and both of those will be at 2800 Northeast Shoal Creek Parkway in Kansas City. Our athletes are quarterback Jake Nichols, who to me, I like to call him, me and him get together at every tournament, and I call him my QB1 because I believe he is the, so that's Jake Nichols. They have had Holden Appleby, and they have my #1 safety in the country that I have seen personally at Lake Sutton. This guy will put bruises on you. He is an absolute dude at safety. They have wide receiver DB Blue Zambo. They have had Zamar Cheatham, Brady Sibbing, who is a tight end. Well, again, top 5 tight end in this area. Gavin Nash and Trishundan Neal. They'll also have Max Piva this year. Max is a ridiculously good running back. Max Piva will be playing for them. They will have Chase Brookings. He's a really, really good wide receiver out there. Also, Kale Wiley. And then for the 15U, they have a quarterback named Asher Sled. He's out of Park Hill South. He's a freshman playing with the varsity. So please make it out to their tryouts, Strong Side KC, Sunday, November the 30th, and Sunday, December 7th at 2800 Northeast Shoal Creek Parkway there in Kansas City, Missouri. Then I want to finish it off with 5P, which is a tournament playing team out of St. Louis. Been a long-time fan of theirs as well. They will have tryouts Sunday, November the 16th at Lutheran High School in St. Charles. And again, that's next weekend, so make it out there at Lutheran High School in St. Charles. December the 7th at Parkway North High School. Now 5P, some of their players are Jaden Ellington, who I've been following since he was 14U. He is a top 60 quarterback in his class. That's top 60 in the nation. Jaden Ellington. He also plays a little bit of wide receiver. Then they have had one of my really good quarterbacks of the past, Carson Topping. He is a quarterback out of Millikan University right now and really, really doing a great job. That's Carson Topping out of Millikan University. He used to play for 5P. They will have a 4-star athlete named Chance McPike playing for them this year. So if you want to play for 5P, again, Sunday, November 16th, next weekend at Lutheran High School in St. Charles, and December the 7th at Parkway North High School. So those are just a few tryouts. I might put out another podcast later with some more because I got a lot more tryouts to put out there to you. Again, if you are thinking about being on 7-on-17 but you don't know where to start, please comment on this video and I will get that information out to you, and I will get with teams that I know of that you can try out for. So please, please, please try out for a team. And when you get on a team, make sure they play on a DR7 tournament so that I can see you perform, and I can write about you, and I can podcast about you, and I can talk to coaches about you. I can put your name out to college coaches, okay? But you have to play in a DR7 tournament, okay? So good luck. If you're trying to try out, good luck. And if you need help, you holler, okay?